Hey, okay, this is another interesting pocket knife out of my grandfather's collection. It's a Henry Sears and Son, of course, and pretty sure it's an office knife. Ha ha ha. Um, the pretty interesting part of this is the tang stamp that says Henry Sears and Son, Prussia. So that's the first I've seen Prussia mentioned on any of these pocket knives. Um, that means it was probably made pre-World War One, so pre-1914. Um, and let's see, the Henry Sears and Son pocket knife history. They started in Chicago in 1865 after the Civil War as Henry Sears and Company, and then they became Henry Sears and Son in 1883. So that should date this pocket knife to between 1883 and 1914. So what are we looking at? 1,111 years old at least on this pocket knife. So that's pretty darn neat. Not the oldest pocket knife in my grandfather's collection, surprisingly, but it was a good candidate. It's in really nice shape. You know, there's a bit of tarnishing going on there. But otherwise, the things are kind of fading on the logo here and stuff. But yeah, I mean, you can't really complain about it. I kind of feel like the edges have maybe been reprofiled on it, and it did have some rust on it that I took off as gently as I could and tried to polish it off. It's my grandfather's pocket knife, so I still had the sort of somebody hit it with sandpaper or something at some point. But despite all that, considering its age, it's got a really nice pull and a really nice snap on both of these blades. I'm trying to keep this slow as I can. And here's your other secondary blade. This one looks like it's kind of like reprofiled or something as well, but also a nice pull and a good snap. So kind of interesting. Has these little divots or whatever, indentations, so you can get to the nail nick a little easier. So that's neat. Yeah, so Prussia is, from what my research is telling me, Prussia is likely the source of the steel. I guess they were pretty well known for supplying really nice steel. It could have been made there under contract from Henry Sears and Son. It also could have been made in Sheffield, and Sheffield may have just imported the steel to there and then put the knife together in Sheffield, and then imported by Henry Sears and Son and sold under that brand. These are all just guesses. That's as far as my research has gone. I could be completely lying too, but that's what I've figured out just from my Googling and whatnot. So take it all with a grain of salt, but it seems logical. Yeah, what else? Nothing pretty else. Kind of interesting. These pivot pins are real big compared to a pin like this, so that's pretty interesting. Brass liners there, and just seems like from what I understand, this was kind of a thing back in the Victorian era. The style is to have a really nice pocket knife like this for use in the office, and gentlemen would use these to cut things and stuff like that. And so this is a real nice example of that. So pretty neat, especially for its age, and glad you guys are discovering it with me. The things like this, it's always kind of like, how the heck does this end up in my grandfather's possession? Did it really just end up in a flea market, in his local flea market? And how did it get there? Anyone's guess, but here it is for you now. All right, well, thanks for checking it out. Hope everybody's doing well, and talk to you on the next one.